As usual, I'm jumping on just a few minutes early to make sure everything is set up. How's everybody doing today? It was a long, muggy day for me. Let me make sure my mute's on. I'm excited about tonight. We're going to be working with some really cute like printables from Design Space, and I need to pull up what that little address to each of those are for you guys. So maybe I'll do that while we chat here. I'm like throwing stuff across the room. Okay. So if you guys notice tonight, we're going to be using the Maker 3. I had it plugged in from my group, from my membership, and I thought, oh, you know what? We'll just use it for this week's live as well. So let me pull up the project that we're going to make. It's so cute. Oh wait, no, I don't want to customize. Actually, cancel. I want to click here and click on this design. So the little scarecrow girl, I guess she's a gnome, but it's a gnome with pumpkin. So I'll cross out scarecrow. I think she looks like a little scarecrow with the little patches and stuff on. So that's why I called her a scarecrow. But I will just write down her little address here, which is hashtag M4F1 4859B. Okay, and then I use some other background pieces, and that is we'll just call it brown, and that's hashtag M505F9832. I have one more. I have this little orange and green, which I thought was really pretty for fall. I'll just put orange. It's M505F0C05. Look, it's reminding me to go live. So how's everybody doing? Oh, it's 6 o'clock. We will get started. Welcome. I think the font is Cricut Sans. Yeah, it's just a basic font, but I'll write that down so we have it in case anybody's interested. I get that asked sometimes. Okay, so let's get started. I chose this design because I thought it was super cute, honestly, and I wanted to make something just really cute with you guys. And cards are I can always use cards. Thank you cards, get well cards, all of the things. So I already printed out the designs that we're going to be using. And I did already cut a section out too, because I thought if we have time, we'll make 2 different ones, the same card, but kind of styled a little bit differently. So we will start with that. What I'll do first is I'll cut with the Cricut. That way there, we can kind of adjust it out of the way and have some more room to do all of the other things. So I'm just using a 65-pound cardstock. I think that's a great weight whenever I'm making these like images with my through Design Space. If I needed something a little bit heavier, I would use 80-pound, but I think 65-pound is perfectly fine. And this is what I buy the most of just because I use it the most, and it goes through my printer much, much easier than 80-pound or the 110-pound. Actually, I can't even get 110-pound. Well, I shouldn't say that. I have a new printer. I haven't tried 110-pound in my new printer, but I for sure, with my old printer, it would not take 110-pound cardstock. It was just like, absolutely not. I'm not doing it. Okay, so we're going to click next. We're going to connect. And I'm going to put, I've already printed. And this is 65-pound cardstock, but when I cut with my Cricut, I click on the 80-pound cardstock. And that just seems to work really, really well for me. All right, so I'm going to feed in my mat. And I use my green mat whenever I'm cutting the 60-pound cardstock. I have used a blue one, but I feel like it sticks better to my green mats. And technically, if you guys need a list of what all the mats are for, I did make a printable for you guys. I just have to just put the link in below for you so that you can know what each mat is specifically made for. So here it's just going in and reading all the registration marks. I completely forgot how super fast and powerful my Maker 3 was. After using my Cricut Joy Extra for so long, I was like, oh, we're going to leave this out. I'm going to play with it for a while before I put it back and swap out with my Cricut Joy Extra. I also want to do some videos with my Joy because I think that machine is a great companion machine. And I think that it shouldn't go like just left put away in my little craft storage. I think we should get it out and play with it at some point. But I saw this design and I was like, oh my goodness, I had to have this little gnome girl. And I don't like gnomes. I kind of called her a scarecrow because that's honestly what I thought it was until I just looked it up. She's super adorable and she's gonna look really cute on a card front. And I did have to recalibrate my machine so that it cut properly, and it's cutting so beautifully. I think the trick is I take a picture with my phone to see where the lines are, and I think that's super important. I never did that before. All right, I'm just gonna shut off my machine, and we're gonna move some things out of the way so that we have more space. That's the only thing. This machine is super huge compared to the Joy Extra and the Joy, obviously, that I just need to make some extra space here so that we can do all the things that we need to do. Right? I'm just gonna kind of push it back this way, making sure that it's not gonna fall off of my table. That would be terrible. All right, so now we need to cut our card base. For this base, I am using the 110-pound cardstock, just because I think that's a great go-to base weight for any card. And we're gonna cut an 8.5 by 11 piece at 5.5. That's perfectly down the center on the width of it. So we're just gonna cut there. And then I'm gonna flip it over and get my scoring tool out. And pull this out and put my scoring blade in. Did we freeze up? It kind of looks like we're frozen. Kind of just spinning. Okay, so we're just on a bit of a delay. All right, but it's now moving. All right, so now we're going to score it at 4 1/4. So a 4 1/4 is like the next long line after the 4. So it's going to go right here. And if you have a trimmer like this, it's going to be your very next section. So it's going to go right here, and we're going to score it at 4 1/4. And then we're going to just put that aside for a second. Why does that look off to me? It is not. It just looks off to me. All right. And then we're going to take some Desert Storm cardstock. And we're going to cut this at 4 by 5 1/4. Because we're just going to have that little edge. You guys know how I like that little edge around all of my cards. Okay, so we're going to cut it there. And then we're going to cut it at 5 1/4, so we're just taking 1/4 of an inch off each section. Okay. So we are done with that. And now we're going to fold our card base. So when you manipulate your paper, when you press down with your scoring tool, you want to fold into that score. Okay, so I'm just going to line up my edges. I'm going to take my bone folder. Does everybody know what bone folder to get? Do you remember from my last video if you were on it? You want to go to Hobby Lobby and take $2 with you and buy yourself a bone folder. It's amazing. It's like $1.39 and some change for tax. But this bone folder is so smooth and so nice. I got rid of my other one that I had that just kind of annoyed me sometimes. But I mean, it worked, but it sometimes would leave shine marks and things like that that I didn't really want. So now I have this and it's going to work fine. All right, so now I'm going to just put on my adhesive. This adhesive roller is from Creative Memories, and I'm a Creative Memories advisor. Let me first start by saying that. I'm also a Cricut affiliate, but I love this, I think it's just called a tape gun. I don't know. I honestly don't even know the name of it. It's just the big tape runner thing that Creative Memories has, and I love it. Obviously, I'm not like a huge Creative Memories knowing what everything's called, but I love all their tools, and a lot of their supplies I think are amazing. Okay, so we have this piece on. Now we're going to take the pieces off the mat that we already cut. So if you missed it, guys, if you're just coming in, we are making this adorable. It says it's a gnome, but I called it a scarecrow because honestly I didn't know that it was a gnome until I read that it was a gnome. But I called it a scarecrow, and it's so cute. She's adorable. All right, so now I'm going to just peel these off and hang my mat back up. That gives us lots of space. So I designed this just by taking 2 different patterns off of Design Space, and I welded them together, and then I flattened them, and that's how I got this. So if you're looking to see like how all that works. And I don't know why my computer just did something crazy. It like jumped back a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to fit this in perfectly. See how I had it cut? I designed it so that it would fit within this layer, not the whole way out. So now I'm just going to add this piece on. And this one. And with this gun, the thing I like about it the most, this tape, I don't know what to call it, tape runner tool. I love that you don't have to push very hard. You can just lightly pull it across, and everything lays down. All right, I do want to use some pop dots, and I want to get my this out. Okay, so this is the thing that, like, if you guys are familiar with Richard Gere, like I used to sell way back in the day. I sold Fun Stamper's Journey, and it was a company. I think Richard Gere was the owner of the company, or maybe like the majority owner, or whatever he was. Super amazing guy. I love watching him create. And he just recently launched a new series, but it's a Halloween one, and I don't do Halloween. So I was like, oh, but he made this card and it was so adorable. I was like, it inspired me to make this one. And I was like, I just needed to find this little girl. I needed to find a little character to put on it. And you'll have to go check him out. He's on Facebook. He's on YouTube. It's Richard Gere. He's like, his like slogan is like bringing paper to life. And he does such an amazing job at that. Okay. So let me get a little piece. I want to put this behind my little girl here. I want it to kind of pop out and be like sticking up all around her. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an X right here. And that's where I'm going to lay my twine. Or this is baker's twine. So I'm going to press it down. I'm going to make a loop. I'm going to press that down. I'm going to make another loop off to the side because I want it to kind of stick out from everywhere. Do that. And then make another loop right here and press this piece down. I just want it to be very whimsical and very like just everywhere. Because I think that's what gives it the cute, kind of the cute look, is that it's just very crazy. Like, see how it keeps turning? I shouldn't even worry about that because it's still going to look cute whenever I put the design on top of it. So like when I put this on top of it, you're just going to see it like poking out everywhere. And I think that looks so cute. So we're going to leave it like that. All right. So now I need to put some of our Creative Memories little pop dots on it. And I'm going to need to put them down towards the bottom and up at the top so that I can fit it in between like where the thread is. And then some on the sides here. I'm really looking forward to Christmas time. I've already gotten ideas out that I want to make with you guys. And if you saw the last video of the gift cards that we made, that was so fun. I love the gift cards. I had got so many like questions about those, like how to make them. And I said, they're super easy to make. And I'm glad that we took the time to try to put them together on a live. So here's this. Oh, you guys, my schedule is going to be changing. I think I said this at the beginning. I don't know, my brain. But I'm going to have to like rethink my schedule, especially with the holidays coming. What's going to work best for my family. And I'm thinking that I'm going to just cut back a little bit. You're still going to get, if you're members, you're still going to get all of your membership videos. Like that's not a problem. And I'm still going to be doing my Tuesday night lives, but everything else, I just have to figure out what's going to work. You know, it's like all these things, like I love creating and that's what I want to do. That's like my joy. I just have to make sure I have the right time and oh my gosh, she's so cute. I have the time and also for it to be like super fun for you guys because I want you guys to learn whenever I'm creating. That's what I like to do is teach. So, okay, so now we have this little piece sticking out here, and I know this little piece can poke out a tiny bit more. There we go. I knew that would happen. I just needed to get it out there. See, Cricut tools are amazing to have on hand. You can use them for so many things. All right, and now I want to do a thank you. And then I want to put some sparkle on here. I just wanted to get a little bit of sparkle because I think we all need sparkle. Do I want that flat or do I want it popped up? Let me see. I didn't fully decide how I wanted it. I mean, I guess this one we could do flat and then the other one we could do popped up. Let's do that. Okay. I'm just going to put this one down flat, but we're going to make another card. Same style, just with different bling on it, just because I wanted to see the difference that the bling would make. Because I think these are going to be like my fall cards, like that I make for family and everybody. Okay, there's that. And then we'll do the U right here. So you guys will have to tell me what you're creating and what you're making. All right, so we'll put you right there. So look how cute that is. I love it so much. All right, let me get my bling out. So I picked this up at Hobby Lobby a while back and I did a haul for you guys. So let me pull this out and see what I want to use. I just think it's so amazing how like a little dot of sparkle can change the look of an entire card. All right, so I think, let me see what colors I want to use first. This looks like a good color to use. This would pull out that color, but I think we're going to put it over here. So what if we do, oh, that green looks nice because of this. Let's do this green. And I'm going to use this knife. I don't know how safe this is for me, but I'm going to try it. So I'm just going to pick it up with my knife. Kind of make sure they're separated now. And I'm going to put one here. Oh, they stick down nice too. I'm always curious if they're going to stick down properly. Do I want to put an orange one on here or just stick with the green? I don't know. I think I'm going to do orange. Let's just do different colors. How's that? Just cut them apart, lift, put that one there, And then I kind of want to put one like right over here, or maybe like right in between this one. But what color do I want to use? I could use that red color that I liked that kind of went, I guess it's the darker orange. We could use the darker orange right there. Let's do that. I always do things in 3s, 5s, 7s, like odd numbers. And that just kind of adds the interest to each layer, I think, that you do is by adding it in with the odd numbers. But that looks so cute. I love this card. It was very simple. It's plain, but it's not like too plain, I think. So what do you think? Do you like it? Especially, this is all made from Design Space, which I really think that I don't see enough people using the print and cut for like images off of Cricut Design Space, but I think they're amazing. They have such cute ones. Okay, so there's like image number 1. So I already printed out another whole set. And for this one, I wanted to use a sequin because I love sequins. And I think they make a huge impact on designs. I also have these. Let me pull these out. I have these. I just didn't know if they would go with like a sequin. You know what I mean? Because I thought about putting a sequin in her sunflower. All right, so here are all of our pieces here. Let me pull this open. So are you guys ready for fall? I'm totally ready for fall. You guys are very quiet today. I don't see Marianne. Marianne usually chats a lot. And Shell. When Shell's on here, Marianne. All right, let me make sure I have my scoring tool in. I do not. That would have been sad if I cut that. All right, so when you make a card with a card base that is half your paper, so your standard A2 cards, you can get 2 cards out of 1 sheet of paper. Okay. So remember, we scored down into here, so we're going to fold into the score line that we put. And then we're going to take our bone folder and we're going to press it down. The 110-pound cardstock, you still sometimes need to hold on to, even if you give it a good score, because it's thick. It's a thick card. Okay. And now we need to cut another card base, which we can do that. So this one we're going to do 4 by 5 1/4. Pull this out. I love that I can use the same tool and just change out the blades. It makes it so much easier than getting out an entire like new scoreboard. And I really do love the Creative Memories tools. I think they thought of just about everything whenever they designed them. Okay. So with this one, I kind of wanted to do this with it. So I know I'll have to do some trimming, but I was thinking of doing it this way. So let's lay it out and see how it looks. I'll trim this off to make it like smaller. And I was going to do like lower, or actually no, I was going to flip it over, do it lower like this, and then put the thank you bumped up like up here. And I still want to do the green in the back and put my sequins on. So I might have to get the rest of my sequins out because I just grabbed one because I wanted to make sure I had the right color that I wanted to use. All right, get my fabric scissors. Chop those off. Move some stuff here. I feel like I'm getting cluttered. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this on and then trim off what we don't need. So let me do that. The tricky part is not going too far over, but going far enough. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Oh, I know what I wanted to ask you guys. Have you guys ever done rosettes? Like how to make a rosette out of paper because I wanted to make, I'm scared to do this. I don't want to mess it up. I wanted to make some rosettes and do some designing with those. And I didn't know if you guys knew how to make those because I thought if you did, we could make some really cool. Is that crooked? No, that looks pretty straight. Okay. Okay, so there's that. Now let me get my paper scissors out. I try not to use my fabric scissors on anything but fabric. I sometimes do though. I sometimes use them when I shouldn't. But it's just, it's like, what do I have on hand and what can I grab? But nobody else is allowed to do that. Just me. All right, so let's get this adhered onto my card base. Okay. Remember, we're going to have that 1/4 inch all the way around because that is what I prefer. Some people do 1/8 inch. Those are amazing crafters because they do such a good job. I've done it before, but I don't trust myself to do a good job with the 1/8 inch because it's so tiny. But yeah, you can absolutely do an 1/8 inch as well. All right, and now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use my baker's twine and we're going to run it the same way, just to make our little circles. And it can stick out however we want. It can go off to the side. I just love when it's like whimsical, like it's not like it was planned. It's just put out there. And it just kind of curls up however you like. And we can trim off the extra that we need to trim off. And then we're going to put our pop dots on the back. Again, I'm going to put one up here at the top that's bigger and then some smaller ones all the way around. So you have to tell me if you guys use your machine to do print and cuts. Because I love using all my machines that print and cut. That's probably one of the main reasons. Plus, I'm a stamper. I like to make cards. I like to make different designs. And I do that because of stamping images and just crafting all sorts of things. But I found out some people don't use their Cricut at all for paper, which blew my mind when somebody told me that. I thought, well, you only use it for vinyl? Like, what about all of the other things you can cut on it? And I don't know if they thought I was crazy, but they were like, well, it's a vinyl cutting machine. I'm like, yeah, but you can cut paper too. They just didn't get it. They were like, yeah, but you can cut paper with scissors and die cutting machines. I'm like, yeah, but you can cut even more with your Cricut. Okay, so I'm just going to lay her down right there. Press it down. Oh my goodness. That's so stinking cute. She's adorable. And guys, I don't like gnomes. That's why I called it a scarecrow, because honestly, I thought it was a scarecrow until I read the name of it. And I was like, oh, okay, well, it says gnome. So I'm going to believe them because they're the designers of it. But I think she's a scarecrow. All right. Now we're going to bump these up and we're going to do thank you up here. Because like, I don't know about you guys, but always in the fall, maybe, yeah, I'm going to put those down before I put my sequins on. In the fall, I feel like that's whenever I need thank you cards. That and obviously Christmas time. But I like to have them on hand for fall pre-made so I can just keep them in my bag and for work, my little work bag, because I have the sweetest parents and they just like to like kind of spoil us and give us sweet things. And I like to be able to thank them with a handmade card just because they went out of their way to kind of bless us, and so sweet. So I like to have something that I can give them in return for my appreciation of them. Okay, so we're going to do a thank and you. Put this here. I love, and I think I've said this before, that Creative Memories gives you like multiple sizes on one sheet, because then I use all the different sizes whenever I'm creating the same projects. Pull this off. And then we're going to do the U right here. And then I think I have to use glue. Oh, you guys know I don't like glue. It's so messy. Okay, so I'm going to put a teeny itty bitty bit of glue. But the first thing I'm going to do is use a piece of paper to run it on to make sure that it's not going to glob out on me, because that's always sad. Okay, let me pull the top off of this and shake it down. Okay, so that comes out very easily. So I just want to be really careful and not really squeezing, I'm just tapping. Okay, and then I thought I had my tweezers. I do, I have my tweezers in here. So I have my reverse tweezers, and basically I'm just going to use those so I don't get glue all over my hands. And I'm going to, well, that wasn't helpful at all, was it? Oh, but that looks cute over there. I might have to get more out. So I'm going to put that in the center. Look how shiny and pretty that is. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I need to get some more. Let me grab some more out. If you watched my haul that I did a little while back, I purchased this big set of sequins just because I always am looking for something kind of blingy to put on my cards and stuff. And I felt like I just never had what I was looking for. So I purchased this from Hobby Lobby, and I do not think I'm going to be disappointed by it. Do I want to use different colors or all the same color? Because I think we could just use all the same color because these are so shiny. So do I want to do it on the brown? How does that look? I don't know if I like that. I kind of want them more like in the lighter color. You see, I'm not very steady with these tweezers, right? There we go. So I'm thinking I just kind of want them, I don't know, like that. I think that looks okay, because remember we kind of did the green and then the two different oranges here to kind of pull in the orange from up here and the orange from her like skin tone, and then the green from here. But I think I'm just going to do all orange for this. All right, let me dare work with this glue again. I know, guys, it's like I'm scared of glue. I'm like, I don't want it to ruin my project, and I also don't want it everywhere in my craft space. Like, some people do not like glitter in their craft space. I do not like glue in my craft space at all. See, like, I feel like I got it on here and it's going to bug me. Okay. And then we're going to put a little bit of glue right there. All right, and we're going to put it away. We have been successful in not making a mess with the glue. Okay, so we're going to drop this down in, give it a little press. And look how cute they are. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That is so, did I get glue? I did get glue there. How did I get glue there? I have no idea, but I did. Always. I always get glue on things that I don't want glue on. But look how cute they are. Are those not the sweetest? I'm not even going to trim this off. I don't mind that it's long. It'll still fit in the card perfectly, like the envelope perfectly fine. But I don't know. Which one's your favorite? I kind of like this one a lot. Like, I think this one looks super cute. And I think this is my favorite. I like the sequins. I like these little tiny gems, but I think the card is too plain. Like, I don't have as much going on for the little tiny gems, but aren't they adorable? Oh my goodness. So cute. That's what I have for you guys tonight. I am just been so crazy busy, and I just wanted to make a really sweet card today. And like I said, I always need thank you cards. You could make this a get well card because it looks really cute. You can make it just say get well. And I just used Cricut sands. Oh, I wrote those down at the beginning. Let me show them to you guys. So this is see, I started to write scarecrow, but it actually says it's a gnome girl holding a pumpkin or something like that. But there's the little address for that. And then the brown the top brown piece that I used and the orange, and then the font was Cricut Sans. And all I did for the brown and orange is I left aligned them. I overlapped them a tiny bit, and then I highlighted them and flattened them so that they would stay as one piece, if you know what I mean. So that's how I got them to be together. You could always cut them separately and then, you know, adhere them separately, but I thought it would be easier to make it one piece instead of multiple pieces. Hi, Shell. I am live. I'm so glad that you made it. I was just saying, I was like, okay, so everybody's being really quiet today. And I was like, Marianne and Shell are the ones that chat. So I'm glad you got to make it. Isn't this adorable? I thought this was so, so cute. I'm thinking that I just want to do like a whole card series and just make a ton of cards with you guys using all different techniques and ideas that I have, and walk you guys through all of my card stash of everything that I have for making cards, because I have so much. And I would love to do just like, even on Facebook, if you guys are in the Facebook group, thank you for loving it. If you're in the Facebook group, I was thinking about doing one live on, and you guys tell me what you think, honestly. If you want this, just give this video a thumbs up. If you're not comfortable typing into the chat, I totally get it. But I was thinking about doing a live here on YouTube, my regular nights, Tuesday nights, 6 p.m. Then I have my members only videos on Fridays, and then my members live is Sundays. And then I was thinking maybe Saturday I could do, I'm not sure what time yet, but on Saturdays I could do a Facebook Live with you guys, and we just create, like, just for fun, create cards and scrapbook pages and like a lot of fun things, just because I think the two Facebook and YouTube are just a little bit different, and I think that would be super fun to do. You guys are gonna have to let me know. Oh, great. So Saturdays would be the day I think I could do that, just because I'm trying to like really spend my time wisely. And I feel like I was constantly in my craft room, and I was kind of like missing out on family stuff. And I mean, family is super duper important to me, I'm sure, as it is to you guys. Oh, I will make sure I take you off of that. I'm not really sure why that works, why it's doing that, Shell, but I will fix it so that you can absolutely chat, because I love to hear, like, to chat back with and forth with you guys. So, yeah, I lost my train of thought, but, oh yeah, family time. So I've really missed out on family time, because I truly was in my craft room every single night filming or